Hi there, my name is Beth and this is the story of how I renovated my 1904 Dutch sailing barge. This week we're working down below because it's freezing. Pontoon's really icy last night, and but I've just realised the boards that are in the bottom of the cockpit are really old, and I'm just leaving them for the winter, and I'm going to get some new boards for next year. But so they kind of dip a little bit in the middle, and there's sometimes a pool of water, and there's a pool of water here, which is actually turned into a mini ice rink, a floating ice rink. I think I've got the next big thing. So it's the most ridiculous thing. I've got one window open, or at least, you know, without covering on it, and it's the only window where the sun is blindingly shining in where I'm trying to work. Like, what are the chances of that? I just can't see, and I can't get to around the other side. What a bizarre problem to have. So somewhere on the boat is my pencil, and it's one of these kind of pencils. It's a Chippy's pencil, and it just means it doesn't roll. So it's obviously not rolled away somewhere, but I can't find it anyway, so I need to use another one. But then I thought it would be a good chance to show you how to sharpen them. Show you how to sharpen them. Show you how I sharpen them, at least. So you can use a knife to kind of cut them, because obviously, you know, kind of they won't fit into a regular pencil sharpener. But I do have this pencil sharpener, and it has a little support that it goes in, and you can turn it around. So you can sharpen it just like a regular pencil. And there you have it. Cool, that was a tough day's work, but I've now got 7 new battens in, so I can show you. These are the battens that were in originally, well, not originally, I've just done those. And then moving down the boat, these are all these new battens. So we're now really, we're down to here. So down to this line here. So it's all the kind of, you know, forward sections. So we've done the saloon. So that's 2 sets of battens in there. So yeah, it's tiring work holding the multi-tool above your head for hours. But it's really good job. I'm really pleased. So yeah, I'm gonna call it a day now. I'm gonna get tidied up, and then walk Bertie, and then I just woke up a little bit, and then I'm gonna have my dinner curry tonight, and I can't wait. So I was sitting watching MasterChef with Bertie, and it's a really stormy weekend. Storm Arwen is hitting the country, and thankfully it's not too bad here down in London. But I don't have a full hatch at the moment. I just have a piece of wood on the front of the boat. Last night I swapped the big plank of wood, or big piece of wood, because it was going to blow off, with this smaller piece, and I taped it down. But I was just watching TV and I heard a kind of sound, and it had blown off, so I found it just next to the boat. Luckily I hadn't gone in the water. But I'm going to do an emergency repair. I'm going to screw this piece of wood in, so that then I can screw this piece of wood to the cross piece. So it's always something with boats, isn't there? But it's not too bad. It's 10:15. But the weather is absolutely awful. But also, probably worse, is that I had an email from the boat club up north to say that some of the boats and dinghies in the dinghy park last night had blown over. So I emailed back to see if it was my dinghy. My dinghy was one of them, and I haven't had a reply yet. So I am hoping that that my boat is okay. Obviously, I don't want anyone's boat to be damaged. But I've not yet had a reply back from them, so it could well be that my boat is indeed damaged. If you remember last time we were up, I tied her to the trailer to keep her safe, and I'm hoping that's enough to keep her okay. But I don't know. But it's I might turn the pressure off this. But yeah, it's always something until I've got everything kind of sorted. Yeah, until I've got everything sorted, then there's going to have to be these kind of remedial sort of things, but it's okay. Okay, so I'm going to drop this into the hatch now, and then I can hopefully fix something to that. Right, wish me luck. Well, I think I've got it sorted now, and it's a bit of a bodge really. But if I show you, so I have now the outer hatch, which is the plywood, and then I've got this piece. I've got this piece of wood, and then another piece of wood, and then this piece. So this piece is attached to this batten, and that's pulling down on this spacer, which is pulling down on that, which is pulling down on the hatch. So it should hold for the storm anyway. And actually it's kind of quiet now, but it's freezing cold. Anyway, I'm going to get back to MasterChef. So it's been a really cold night, I think, in the tail end of Storm Arwen that's gone over. There was a really hard frost on the top of the boat this morning, and so we had to be really careful getting off when Bertie went for his early morning whittle. Yeah, I'm quite pleased because the roof of the cabin was all, you know, frozen solid, and there weren't any patches as the frost melted. There weren't any patches of warmer areas which would indicate some cold spots or lack of insulation, so that's good. There's a lot of kind of this frosty snow on the boat still. It was okay last night. The temperature dropped to about 16 degrees in the cabin, and I don't really have my heating sorted out yet. It's still just oil-filled electric radiators. So next winter it's going to be beautiful next winter with all the radiators and everything. But still, you know, we're getting there. So last time I did a little piece to camera, and it was pitch black, and I'm sorry about that. You could hardly see my face, but time ran on so much that that's what I had to use. So I kind of did it in the dark, but I wanted to say again thanks to Jeff, Teresa, Steve, an anonymous person, and also Pete, who bought me a coffee with the link down below last week. So yeah, thanks very much for that. It's really generous of you, and I'm really pleased to be able to do these videos for you. So yeah, I guess it's a slightly shorter one. I need to go away for business this week, so I'm going to edit this one a little bit earlier, but it's still going to be ready for you on Thursday. I suppose the other thing is I need to see if I can get somebody to check on Firefly, my dinghy up north, to see if she was one of the boats that were damaged in the storm. The northeast of England were hit by between 70 and 100 mile an hour winds, so there's been a lot of devastation in the village. I kind of don't really want to ask villagers to pop down and look at my dinghy because they've got lots of other things to deal with, but yeah, we'll see in due course. There was a working party, so I guess we'll see, you know, in due course, you know, when what I can see. Anyway, that's enough for this week. Looking forward to next week already, more jobs, and I'll see you then. Stay safe.